Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to show you my Axton build. So I'll go over the gear used and then I'll go over the spec. So you want to be mainly using weapons that gain grenade damage buffs. In the link, there'll be a link in the description, which I'll leave to that big list of weapons that gain grenade damage buff and don't gain grenade damage buff. So the main weapon I use with this is the Unkempt Herald and the Sword Explosion. Mainly the Unkempt Herald. Grog Nozzle and Slagger are interchangeable. I like either or. Grog Nozzle, it's nice to have that health regen there when you need it. However, it is not required. Sword Explosion damage. Bada boom, it's not an awful The shield, antagonist or blockade, either one works brilliantly. I prefer the antagonist for a skill that we will be getting. Grenades, personal preference. Magic missiles, transfusions, fastballs, all brilliant weapons. Grenades rather. I prefer the fastball just because when I go down I can slag them up with either my slagger or my grog nozzle, throw a fastball and I'm up. And relic, sheriff's badge, or the elemental relic, dependent on what weapons I'm using really. The build overview there. So most of these skills are pretty self-explanatory. Sentry, Battlefront, Ready, Willing, Able and Onslaught. You can have 5 out of 5 in Onslaught and 4 out of 5 in Able. Doesn't particularly matter. However, the extra 6% damage is and I just prefer the full Able, so I don't have to sort of grog nozzle as much. Scorcher, yeah. Double up, more slag. Impact, more damage. Expertise 1 point for Legendary Soldier class mod. And those builds just make you so much faster in sort of cycling through your weapons. So useful. 4 out of 5 Metal Storm. 5 out of 5 you end up hitting a fire rate cap quite quickly. So I stick with 4 out of 5. And the final point goes to Expertise. Health. Grenade damage. Gun damage. Grenade damage. Grenade damage will buff a lot of standard weapons and not just grenades. So having grenade damage on this Axton is very good. Do or die. You're doing and dying. Grenade damage and having the ability to throw that grenade, inflict your life, getting yourself up, or throwing that transfusion grenade so you have full health when you come up, or whatever tactic you do. Ranger on itself, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 is once you throw a class mode which puts plus 5 or 6 in, then it starts getting good. But with the way I play this build, you can put the a Ranger class mod on and get more in Ranger and Impact. But I prefer the Legendary Soldier class mod. So the 4 out of 5 is there just in case. I want to swap to the other class mod, but really, this across the board 4% is very nice. Nuke. Nuke is based with the turret, and because OP levels the turret levels up, it doesn't gain the damage reduction. So it doesn't lose out in OP levels, which many people think it does, but it doesn't. So it's completely fine. If you were to use the nuke in OP 0, there'd be no reason not to use it in OP 8 because it doesn't lose out. So that's great. Preparation. Yeah. Healthy is again a great skill, and because most of your health regen is through percentage, preparation and able. Having more health doesn't hurt. You can put 1 point in, but I prefer just having the full preparation. So, healthy. It's an okay skill, but I decided to skip it. Pressure, it's ready and willing in 1. Quick charge. 3 out of 5 is enough to block any dot apart from corrosion. 4 out of 5 is enough to block corrosion, and 5 out of 5 is enough to block dragon dots. However, if you're going to fight dragons, I recommend going for balance, because you won't be getting that many kill skills. In the clip that I'm going to show you after this, you'll see a corrosive dot losing to quick charge. Buzz off of this. So, this build is mainly for mobbing. The reason why Axton sucks at raiding is because his damage comes from grenade damage, and all raid bosses resist grenade damage. Meaning, technically speaking, all bosses resist the Unkempt Herald to an extent. Well, not too much. It's usually just Terror and Crawl that resist the Unkempt Herald more, because of their explosive resistance. But that's irrelevant. So yeah, that's why Axton sucks, because raid bosses resist grenade damage, and that's where Axton's damage is. Which is a bit bummer, but Veracidus doesn't, and Veracidus kind of gets wrecked by Avenger Axton, and Hyperius, well, he's gone in a couple of seconds. So against the raid bosses that don't resist grenade damage, Axton can just tear to pieces. He has a little bit of trouble with Veracidus, but early fight Veracidus, piece of piss. But this is a mobbing build, so there's no Avengers. Don't use an Avenger for mobbing. Thank you. It's not a mobbing weapon. So, that's pretty much going to cover it for now. I will ramble on a bit more later after the gameplay, but otherwise, have fun. So you can see there the quick charge just countering that corrosive dot, which is very nice. And I cannot see anything because of this building. I am gonna go down. Where'd that rat go? Rat, please. Right, okay. Have a turret. Because you're rude. What are you fighting up here? What is being fought? So, I got through there without too much trouble. I did have a bit of trouble over here, being pulled into fights for my life, but it happens. That was just bad luck on my part. Whipping a conference call will make you tear buzzards apart, really, if I get good shots on one. There we are. And the other one went running. That's great. So, you saw there with the kill buff and that sword explosion in a mass of enemies, it rips them apart at the rate of, say, a Siren, or maybe even almost matching a Gunzerker, carefully. And that's why I love Axton. He is so powerful and people don't know it. He's that character who hasn't got a broken skill, but together his skills make him broken. Yeah, he's the weakest, but he's definitely not weak. So that's pretty much it. You saw there, I had a bit of trouble getting going, but as soon as I got the first kill, you can just start tearing through them with that Metal Storm and that Onslaught. And there's so many different ways to play Axton. He's the most versatile character. And the raid bosses that don't resist grenade damage, Axton kills them faster than Hyperius. Killing Hyperius as Salvador is consistent if you take the long way, and is not that consistent if you're going to go for a few second kill. Axton is consistent with a few second kill, about 3-4 seconds every time, with the Avenger. And he can do a lot of damage early Veracitus fight, because his turrets can actually trap Veracitus, and then that just leaves Veracitus open to Avenger spam and his health drops. Not entirely all the way, just because he's got more health than Hyperius, but he's insane. So that was kind of branching into more of a general about Axton rather than this build. But that was just mobbing with a mobbing Axton build. Don't go equipping Avengers with this, for the love of God. Mobbing with Avengers is not what you do. So, it's mainly based around the Unkempt Herald, the Sheriff's Badge. However, I enjoy it greatly with the Vimpernel and with Conference Calls, even though Conference Calls don't get the grenade damage buff. And it does with the Ogre. Ogre's a great weapon. I don't particularly like it, a lot of people do, so I've got it with me to test it out a couple of times. As I say, I also like the Slagger with the Grog Nozzle, instead of the Grog Nozzle rather. Yeah, a lot of personal choice with Axton, he's just so great. And I think that just about covers it, so this has been my Gunston. I never said what I'd call it. This is my Gunston build. Thank you for watching, see you next time.